Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we are going to talk about a ruling coming out of the Fifth Circuit and what happens next and what is likely to happen after that. And we'll kind of go over how we got to this point. If you missed it, the Fifth Circuit has determined that those who have a restraining order for domestic violence against them, well, they should be able to have guns. This ruling was based on the idea that the Supreme Court set down that a modern law should have a historical precedent with a law from the time. And that since it doesn't, well, then it can't be a law today. The Department of Justice is saying that they are going to take this for further review. Short version is this is going to end up at the Supreme Court. And at that point, the Supreme Court is going to have to decide whether or not the Bruin test, the idea that it has to have that level of historical precedent, is really what they meant. The Department of Justice relied on the idea that because there were laws at the time that said dangerous people could have their arms removed, that was a good enough analogy. The Fifth Circuit decided it wasn't. So, the Supreme Court is going to have to make this determination. They're going to have to decide whether or not they want it to be this strict. And the stakes of this decision couldn't be higher. Not just for the people who will be directly impacted by this. Make no mistake about it, a ruling saying that those with DV restraining orders are eligible for firearms, the cost of that will be counted in people lost. So there is that impact. And then there is the impact to the Second Amendment itself. If the court decides to go with the pro-gun side, undoubtedly they will declare victory. And then they will watch in absolute horror as support for repealing the Second Amendment increases and increases and increases. This is one of those common sense regulations that people talk about. This is one that will have a direct impact on a whole lot of people. The Constitution can be changed, and moving forward from that, with everything that's going on right now, with the climate in place, with the connections from having a DV history and mass incidents, if the Second Amendment crowd decides to go this route and wants to return firearms to people in this situation, I would imagine that the support for totally repealing the Second Amendment is going to shoot through the roof. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.